Hi दोस्तों, hello everyone, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to my channel Bhagyashree Tech. And today I am going to share a very wonderful, very important questions and answer regarding the full stack development. And by the way, like from the long time I was not posting a video because some of the reason I was busy. And good news that like I have very good offer, that is on-site offer I can say. uh, that will be I can reveal in the end of the video I can say. So for that also, if you want to know, you can watch this video till end. And so let's start for that. The interview questions, what I face and what I experience, so that is I am going to be share here. So first I can say we have a three category here in the full stack. We have a backend side, C Sharp, .NET. Full stack means it is a combination of, you have to be knowledge on the cloud, you have to be knowledge on the backend side, you have to be knowledge on the front end side, you have to be knowledge about the DB base like database side, and apart from that you have to be knowledge on the DevOps. Like DevOps side means you can deploy your application, you can test your application, you can automate your application. So that is also a part of in the full stack development for the senior level. So for my experience I can say I am not a fresher, I am experienced. So basis on that I am giving my experience here and my question and my what I can say, the what I have values I can say. So that point of note I can start. First question, in the .NET side we have a first topic. What the topic in the .NET C# we have to be cover, we have to be topic to know. If you are a like developer in the .NET side or Java side, or I can say in the Python side, you have to be knowledge like what is the main core fundamental part regarding any backend side when you are starting to development. Okay, so basic of that thing you have to be idea, and how they are started, how they are migrated now, what is the version they are using, what is the latest thing they are having. From that, like you are working on, for example right now I'm working the .NET. So for example right now I'm using the .NET 9. So before that I started like from the 4.5 or 4.7 or 8 like 9. So they are also asking like what is the evolution, what is the latest changes we can see, what we are optimizing the latest version we have to be know, and what is the advantage, like we are moving from 4.0 or 4.5, 4.7 or 8, 9, 10. So what is the optimization, what is the performance we are getting, in which section, in which area we are getting those performance optimization level. Every time we can see when we are migrating our application, our core focus is like optimization in terms of like latency, scalability, and time to execute the code. How much time my old version is taking, now what is the time taking with the help of latest version. That is a comparison. So always our application demanding the timing is a very crucial part. First, so just I was going through the flow. Come back to .NET side, what I had started. So in the topic we have a backend side, ASP.NET Core, MVC, Web API, Entity Framework Core, dependency injection, middleware pipeline, asynchronous programming, async await, solid principle and design pattern, unit testing with XUnit, MS and mock. So these are like basic, not a basic I can say, but if you are a full stack developer, want to become a full stack developer, this is the main crucial topics which every developer have to be know. And regarding that, that topic I guess as a high level question I mentioned here. There's a lots of question, but as a high level from this point of view, one question I covered here. First question for the example we have, what is the difference between the I enumerable and I variable. It is not a sample question, it is real time interview scenario, real time interviewer asking this type of question. I am also asking sometime this question to my candidate. Second question we have, explain how dependency injection work in ASP.NET Core, very important. And what is the latest we got in the dependency injection? Before the dependency injection, what is the problem was there? How this problem resolved with the help of dependency injection? These are the question you can put up, or you can have idea why this dependency injection coming in the scenario. Third, we have how do you handle the exception logging in .NET Core. Every application without exception, without error, you can't develop. So that is a like compulsory part. Every human being have a like life error. Similarly, exception error is a part of the development. Without that, you can't develop anything. Fourth, we have how does middleware work in ASP.NET Core. And next we have a what are the some common design pattern you have used in C Sharp. And addition of this question I also give you, they asking design pattern, architecture. Oops, what are the difference between these? Next we have a section cloud side. Cloud side, you can, if you have idea about the Google GCP, you can mention that. Or you have a AWS experience, you can mention that. You are have Azure experience, you can mention that. So for my scenario, I'm Azure certified, and also I also have some experience in the AWS, but more on the Azure side, because I work on the Microsoft project, so that's why. And I also have a certified in the Azure cloud architect level. So I just scroll next question purpose. So in the cloud side, we have to be know the topics is important, I can say. Azure App Services. App Services means when we are developing any application, we are want to be deploy those application, those function. So those function and application, web or API, anything you are deploying using the app services. So this is the like main important category on the Azure side. How you are deploying your service, your application or function with the help of this Azure App Services. There is a lots of features in the Azure App Services for the like application inside. You can monitor everything, you can check for your application related. Second, we have Azure Functions. Then we have Azure SQL, Blob Storage, Azure Key Vault, CI/CD with Azure DevOps and GitHub Action, and API configuration and secret management. So CI/CD with Azure DevOps or GitHub Action, both are not same, both have a different. You can do the CI/CD with the help of Azure DevOps, and either you can go with the GitHub Action. So but both option is available in the cloud, in the portal, Azure portal. So you can select whatever you want, and basis on that you can deploy your application. And regarding this, these are the like important questions and important topics, not a question at all, not a topic, I can say. In my daily to daily routine, this the topics what I'm mentioning here, I'm using every day, I'm handling this thing every day. And very very critical also sometime, and like enjoying also, because as a developer we have to face the challenges. So because of this, the things is going to be easier direction. First question they are asked, like, how do you deploy a .NET Core app to Azure App Service? As I mentioned previously in the first point, Azure App Services. So Azure App Service is nothing but we are using to deploy our applications, either API or the web function, anything. Second, we have Azure function, and when would you use them? Why we are using the Azure function, and which scenario you have to use the Azure function. Third, like they are asking, so in my case, I use the multiple time trigger function, like HTTP trigger function, Cosmos DB trigger, Azure App Services, like I can say the SQL trigger, like lot of application I have using of this Azure function. So if you are implemented, you can give the answer. They are asking like how this scenario happen, how what is the connection you are doing, how to get the connection string, how we are storing the connection value in the Azure side, key vault or any client certificate, or what is certificate type of you're using. So you can mention according that. Next we have then how do you manage the secret in Azure. So secret management means again we are using the Azure key vault to keeping our secret password connection values over there. Then we have what is the difference between the Azure SQL database and SQL Server in VM. Both are different, and that's why you don't have to be like confused. Both are database, both are the SQL, then we don't have a difference. So yeah, there is a difference. So they are asking. Next we have a SQL side, SQL database side. So in that we have a topic, join, indexes, store procedure. These are the like main topics I can say which we have to know. Then we have a query optimization and execution plan, transaction isolation label, writing and optimizing the complex query. And regarding that, we have a question like how do you improve the performance of a slow query? This is a very important question. Every developer, every interviewer, they must be know how to improve the performance of a slow SQL query. And also in the coding section, they are giving one query and they are telling you have to be optimize this SQL query. They forcefully giving this type of question. Practical also you have to be optimized. They are doing some mistake knowingly, and you have to be identified and have to be solved. Next we have a cluster and non-cluster index. So these are again we are using for the performance improvement purpose. Then we have a handle the deadlock. How do you handle the deadlock? Then we have a what are the CTA, common table expression. So these are the SQL related. There is a much more question, but I am just covering as a high level. And next we have a UI side, front end side. Front end side, I think most of everybody know what is the front end side we are using, like main fundamental part when we are creating any UI script or UI things. We have to be know HTML, CSS, JavaScript, TypeScript. Front end framework we have React, Angular or Blazor. You have to be idea. I'm working on all these things here, all these three sections, so I know React, Angular and Blazor. If you know one, that is also good. You can mention in your CV or your interview time. Then we have a REST API integration, how we are integrating our REST API to our Azure front end application. Then we have a state management, Redux or context etc. Sample question we have, how do you call web API from your front end to handle the errors? What is the difference between the server side and client side rendering? Explain how component lifecycle work in React or Angular. And practical assessment regarding that, I can say we have to be build a very small full stack app. Like for my scenario, the interview was around 2 hours and they are giving one scenario based question. I have to build those application in a 60 minutes, and after that 45 minutes was like again technical discussion was happen. So in that they mention like build a small full stack application using this skill set, and debug a falling web API call, optimize the SQL query, and discuss the architecture for a cloud native app. So these are the things happened to me in the interview section, so I shared here same thing. If you want to be answer for all this, please comment it down. I will give the answer, and at the end I'm just going to be reveal what is the company. That company name I can say start with the A letter, and that is from the on-site, and the location was Poland, not in India, Poland. And so for that reason I was busy to preparation for that thing. And in the future video I will try to share the again there are some more insightful information again is like remaining, but due to time constraint I have to be uh, like stop now. But in the future in upcoming video I will definitely share. And not Apple, but yeah, AC dash dash, so just know. But again that is for the on-site, so it is a good opportunity. uh, that's it I think. And major more question if you want, please like, share, subscribe and comment it down below. And I will definitely share the practical coding interview question also. What is the question exactly they ask, what the application we build over there in the 2 hours. So for that if you want, please comment, like, share, subscribe the channel. Meet you in the next video. Till then, bye, keep coding. keep studying.